Hello and welcome. If you are over 60 years old, or if you've started feeling that your legs just aren't as strong as they used to be, then this may be one of the most important videos you watch this year. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been walking up the stairs to your bedroom and halfway up your legs start to burn, your knees feel a little shaky, and without even thinking about it, you grip the handrail tighter than you used to? Not because you're scared, but because your body feels unsure. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most people brush this off. They say things like, "It's just age. I'm just tired." This happens to everyone. But here's the truth most people never hear. After the age of 60, the human body can lose up to 3% of leg muscle every single year. Not suddenly, not dramatically, quietly, gradually, relentlessly, and this isn't just about strength. A major study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed 1,980 adults over 60 years old for 5 years. What they discovered shocked even the researchers. Those who lost leg strength had a 287% higher chance of needing a walker or a wheelchair within the next decade. Let that sink in. Not because of an accident, not because of a disease, but simply because their legs grew weaker. Now here's the good news, and this is where everything changes. The same researchers discovered that just 3 specific movements, when done correctly, can reverse muscle loss by up to 40% in just 12 weeks. No gym, no machines, no expensive equipment, just your body, and maybe a chair or a wall. In fact, one of these movements is so effective that orthopedic surgeons at Johns Hopkins have started prescribing it instead of knee surgery for certain patients. And here's the part that sounds almost unbelievable. About 70% of those patients canceled their surgeries within 8 weeks because their leg strength improved so dramatically that surgery was no longer necessary. No pills, no injections, no scalpels, just movement, done the right way. Before we continue, take a moment and tell us in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We read and reply to comments, and your response helps others feel less alone. Now let's get started. We're going to begin with a movement that looks almost too simple to matter. Wall sits. At first glance, it looks like you're just leaning against a wall doing nothing. But what's happening inside your body is anything but simple. When you perform a wall sit correctly, you activate every major muscle fiber in your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs. At the same time, your glutes, hamstrings, and even the small stabilizing muscles around your knees are working together, muscles that most exercises completely ignore. What makes wall sit so special is this. Unlike traditional squats that place stress on the knee joints, wall sits create what physical therapists call isometric tension. That means your muscles are working extremely hard, without your joints moving at all. A study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology examined 65 adults over 60 years old. Those who performed wall sits 3 times per week increased leg strength by 31% in just 8 weeks. Even more impressive, their balance improved by 23%. That translates directly into fewer falls, better stability, more confidence in everyday movement. How to perform wall sits. Correctly find a clear wall space and stand with your back flat against it. Place your feet shoulder width apart and about 2 feet away from the wall. Now here's the step most people miss. Before you slide down, engage your core, as if someone is about to lightly punch you in the stomach. This protects your lower back and doubles the effectiveness of the movement. Slowly slide down the wall until your thighs are parallel to the floor, creating a 90-degree angle at your knees. If that's too challenging, stop at 45 degrees and work your way down over time. Your knees should stay directly above your ankles, not pushed forward past your toes. Your entire back stays pressed against the wall, especially your lower back. No arching. Start by holding the position for 20 seconds. It sounds easy, but those last 5 seconds will feel much longer than you expect. The breathing secret. Most people hold their breath. That's a mistake. Holding your breath cuts off oxygen to your muscles and makes them fatigue faster. Instead, breathe slowly through your nose. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. This breathing pattern increases hold time by an average of 35%. Each week, add 5 seconds to your hold time. The goal is to eventually reach 1 full minute. Once you can do that, lift one heel slightly off the ground for 5 seconds, then switch. This advanced variation activates the small stabilizing muscles that prevent ankle rolls and sudden stumbles. For best results, do wall sits in the morning when your muscles are fresh. Research shows that adults over 60 are 45% more likely to stick with morning routines than evening ones. The movement that predicts your future mobility. Now we move on to the second exercise, and this one is considered a gold standard in rehabilitation centers all over the world. Step-ups are not just an exercise, they are a test of real-life leg function. Every time you climb stairs, step onto a curb, or get in and out of a car, you are performing a version of this exact movement. And how well you can do it today says a lot about how mobile and independent you'll be in the future. A research team at the University of Sydney studied 420 older adults and made an important discovery. Those who were able to perform 15 step-ups without stopping had an 82% lower risk of mobility problems 5 years later. That is a massive difference. Why step-ups are so powerful? The real magic of step-ups lies in one key detail. They train one leg at a time. Almost everyone has a stronger leg and a weaker leg. Traditional exercises like squats allow the stronger leg to compensate for the weaker one, hiding the imbalance. Step-ups remove that safety net. Each leg must work on its own. This is crucial because muscle imbalances are one of the leading causes of knee pain, hip discomfort, poor balance, and future injuries. By forcing each leg to work independently, step-ups rebuild symmetry and strength where it actually matters. Setting up the exercise. Start by finding a sturdy step, stair, or platform that is 6 to 8 inches high. If balance is a concern, position yourself next to a wall, railing, or countertop that you can lightly touch for support if needed. Stand facing the step with your feet about hip-width apart. Proper technique. This is where results come from. Place your right foot fully on the step, not just your toes. Your entire foot should be in contact with the surface. This is critical. Using your full foot activates up to 40% more muscle fibers compared to pushing off your toes. Now press through your right heel and lift your body up onto the step. Do not push off with the back leg. The leg on the step does the work. Once you're standing on the step, slowly lower yourself back down, taking a full 3 seconds to descend. This slow lowering phase is called an eccentric contraction, and it's where the greatest strength gains occur. Your muscles have to work harder to control your body against gravity. A biomechanics study from Melbourne found that slowing step-ups to a 3-second lift and 3-second descent increased muscle activation by 67% compared to fast repetitions. How many repetitions to do? Start with 10 repetitions on your right leg, then switch to your left. If 10 reps feel easy, do not add more repetitions yet. Instead, increase the height of the step. Research shows that increasing step height by just 2 inches increases difficulty by approximately 30%. Over time, aim for a step height that brings your knee to about a 90-degree angle at the top. This range of motion strengthens your legs through the most functional and protective pattern. Frequency and recovery. Perform step-ups every other day. Your muscles need about 48 hours to recover and rebuild stronger. Training every day without rest actually slows progress. On your off days, take a 5-minute easy walk. This keeps blood flowing to the muscles and speeds up recovery. Studies show this type of active recovery reduces muscle soreness by 40% and improves strength gains by 25% compared to complete rest. Knee alignment. Protecting your joints. As you step up and down, pay close attention to your knee. Your knee should track directly over your second toe, not collapse inward. If you notice your knee wobbling or caving in, reduce the step height until you can maintain perfect control. Poor knee alignment is one of the fastest ways to develop joint pain, and the goal here is to eliminate pain, not create it. The most powerful exercise for leg strength, balance, and longevity. Now we arrive at the most important exercise in this series. It may look deceptively simple, but the truth is, this is the movement that can literally change your life. Single leg stands are so powerful that orthopedic surgeons at Johns Hopkins are prescribing them instead of knee surgery for certain patients. At first glance, it seems like nothing. You just lift one leg and stand. But here's what's really happening. When you stand on one leg, your body activates 73 different muscles just to keep you upright. Compare that to walking, which uses only about 20 muscles at a time. Why this exercise matters. There's landmark research published in the British Medical Journal that followed 1,100 adults over 60 for 10 years. The results were staggering. Those who could not stand on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of death from any cause within the next decade. Let that sink in. Your ability to balance on one leg is not just about coordination. It is literally a predictor of longevity. Single leg stands simultaneously improve leg strength, balance and stability, coordination, bone density. When you stand on one leg, the weight of your body creates a vertical load through your bones. This pressure stimulates bone cells, called osteoblasts, to form new bone tissue. A study published in the American Journal of Medicine showed that adults over 60 who practiced single-leg stands for just 5 minutes a day increased hip bone density by 2.1% in 6 months. That might not sound like much, but it is equivalent to reversing roughly 3 years of age-related bone loss. The magic of proprioception. Your ankles, knees, and hips constantly make micro-adjustments to maintain balance. Scientists call this proprioception, your body's ability to know where it is in space without looking. Better proprioception means fewer trips, fewer stumbles, and far fewer falls. How to perform single-leg stands correctly. Stand next to a sturdy chair, countertop, or wall for safety. Stand tall with feet hip-width apart, weight evenly distributed. Slowly lift your right foot off the ground, bending your knee about 45 degrees. Don't lift too high. Control is more important than height. Keep your standing legs straight but not locked. A slight bend protects the joint and engages more muscles. Fix your gaze on a single stationary point in front of you. Research shows this improves balance time by 40%. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch legs. Progression. Make it harder. See results. If 30 seconds feels easy, don't stop there. Real progress comes with gradual challenges. Close your eyes. This removes visual feedback and forces other balance systems to work harder. Japanese research shows this improves reaction time by 28%, crucial for preventing falls. Move your raised legs slowly forward and back while balancing. This strengthens hip flexors and glutes while challenging stability in multiple planes. Add head movements. Slowly turn your head left and right. This engages the vestibular system in your inner ear. Cleveland Clinic studies found that combining head movement with single-leg stands improves balance scores by 52% more than standard practice. Change surfaces, firm floor, thick carpet, folded towel, or foam pad. Each progression increases difficulty by roughly 30% and develops reactive balance, your body's ability to adapt to unexpected terrain changes. The connection to brain health balance training doesn't just help your legs. Researchers at Kyoto University scanned older adults' brains before and after 3 months of single-leg stand training. The results were remarkable. Increased gray matter in the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory and spatial navigation. Cognitive test scores improved by 18%. Standing on one leg literally strengthens your body and your brain at the same time. A physical therapy clinic in Boston tracked 200 patients over 60 who committed to these 3 exercises. After 3 months, 68% could walk upstairs without holding the railing, 74% said standing from chairs became noticeably easier, 43% reported their knee pain decreased or completely disappeared. These weren't athletes. They were ordinary people who spent just 15 minutes a day on these movements. How to sequence the exercises while sits. Warm up your muscles and activate your nervous system. Step-ups, build functional strength single-leg stands. Integrate everything and challenge your balance under slight fatigue, mimicking real-life conditions. Frequency. Perform the full sequence 3 times per week with at least 1 rest day in between. On rest days, do a light walk or gentle stretching. Consistency beats intensity. It's better to do these exercises at 70% effort 3 times per week for months than to do 1 extreme session once a week. Your muscles and nervous system need repeated, regular exposure to adapt and strengthen. Track your progress, wall sit time, number of step-ups, single-leg stand duration. Most people notice visible improvement in 2 weeks and significant results by 6 weeks. Remember, this is not just about exercising your legs. You are investing in your independence, your freedom of movement, and your quality of life. These 3 simple exercises could be the difference between needing help to get around and being the one helping others. Start today. Start small, but start. Your future self will thank you. Now we want to hear from you. Which daily activity has become harder for you recently? Climbing stairs, getting up from chairs, or maintaining balance? If you're over 60, when did you first notice your legs weren't as strong as before? Share your experiences in the comments below. We read every single comment and reply. Thank you for watching, and here's to strong legs, better balance, and a healthier life.